With Marie this morning.
Good morning. We're
That's
live.
a good way to start
Nothing's
the morning. Well, all right. What's wrong with Riri?
A new show.
Sava. I don't know if I'm saying it right. There's a Sava and a Sava.
Yeah.
I don't know. On the one on Main Street, the main, it's not a vegan or vegetarian restaurant. They have vegan and vegetarian stuff. In fact, Sophie had the hippie bowl.
Oh.
The hippie bowl. And I had a cheeseburger. It was very good.
Mm-hmm. Nothing like a good burger.
There really is nothing like a good burger. So when I've been doing that brat diet, let me tell you something. You know what? Oh, do I have time? I got to go get the papers. Hang on.
Good morning, Riri. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Good.
It's Friday. We're good.
Glad it's Friday.
Oh, thank goodness is right.
Man, my eyes are heavy.
I know.
Heavy eyes.
Who was saying
stayed sleeping
yesterday that during the pandemic that Friday doesn't have the same sort of jazz to it.
Some people say that, but I don't.
Yeah, it's still Friday. We don't have to get up. So
to me, I agree. Totally agree.
Yep. Clay is back. Hi, Clay.
Morning, Ron. Ron's awake too. Yeah, Clay, we were missing you. But good morning, Ron. Ron's been with us.
Yes. Hi, Ron. Happy Friday.
How is it that you guys can see
Friday on comments?
We cannot. Yeah, I can't see that.
You can't see it?
What do you see?
I just see the four of us. That's it.
That's it. Because are you on your phone?
Yeah.
That's why.
Is that it?
The screen is not big enough for you to see, the comments. But you have the best shot ever. You need to stage people because
your lighting is good.
Yes. What?
She goes. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Dan. Don.
Good morning, Don.
To learn more and for current hours of operation.
Clay and Ron, and Kathy and Mike and Dan.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
It's Friday!
Yay!
Oh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Friday, August 7th, the 220th day of 2020. There are 146 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. We're up and at 'em and raring to go. Marie just finishing the news. Marie Osborne, thank you much.
Good morning.
This Friday morning. We know that Dayna Clark is raring to go. Fridays are special for her. Not only traffic and weather, but movies to look out for that you can watch at home with the family generally over the weekend. Looking forward to that as Greg Russell joins us too. We'll depend on Brian Morton in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, the only one of us not at home because Brian can't be. He has to be around all the buttons to press, and wherever we broadcast from doesn't much matter. Our signal always comes from the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building in the heart of the news center area of Detroit. Thank you, Brian, for that. Thank you, Kimmy, for the coffee and little sidebar news stories on International Beer Day. There's some really interesting news about beer and how beer, if people drink beer, they have a 25% less chance of getting diabetes.
I knew it.
Believe that? If you drink beer, I'll give you all the details coming up. And of course, our executive producer, who was just as stunned as I was on and
good morning.
She about jumped out of her seat.
I can't believe this.
Because, Ed likes a good beer, if I recall.
Yeah,
he likes a good beer. He's ever since I've known him. If I think that would be his drink of choice. He might have switched over to red wine.
He has
in the last few years, but in the old days when we were all young,
right,
he was having a brewski.
Absolutely, but he has made the switch,
which is, I think, I don't know now because
but now he might switch back.
I never heard that. I mean, I got Kim gave me the longest story I've seen yet on International Beer Day. Well, here's a question, for example. What country drinks the most Guinness Stout? Now, I would have guessed England. I would have guessed maybe Scotland or Ireland.
I'd say the United States.
Or the U.S. That's what I would have guessed. And I would have been wrong. The country that drinks the most Guinness Stout beer is Nigeria.
Really?
Wow.
A little
That's
place like
surprising.
that.
Yeah.
Out of
That's
all those
interesting.
other guys, I just think that's pretty amazing. And that worldwide, humans consume over 50 billion gallons of beer every year, the world's most famous drink.
Wow.
Love it.
Where is Mr. Courtney when we need him?
Mm-hmm.
And,
And
you know,
they're probably consuming more now during the pandemic.
I'm sure they are. Yeah.
A beer with lunch. Why
The
not?
United States is home to the most popular beer brands. You know, Anheuser-Busch. Well, are they still an American company? I can't keep track of who buys, who's buying who. But Barack Obama brewed his own beer in the White House.
Oh.
I never heard that. Drinking beer reduces the risk of kidney stones.
Mm-hmm.
Beer can also lower the risk of coronary heart disease.
Check,
Wow. I don't know.
This study done by your local brewer.
Brewery.
Drinking beer reduces the risk of stroke, significantly lowers the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, 25% reduction of 25%, and drinking check increases good cholesterol.
Check,
Who
check,
published?
check.
Yeah, but who published that?
I'm healthy.
Oh, details, Marie. What are you, a news person? Yeah, it all depends on who put that poll and study together. Again, I say the American Brewing Association, probably.
Right.
I don't know who's behind it, but I'm all for it, especially on a Friday morning at 5:42.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez.
The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's check it. Our WJR traffic and weather first at now 5:43. Dayna Clark.
Traffic First sponsored by the Restore Wellness Center. Tired of dealing with nagging body pain? The Restore Wellness Center will reduce the pain and scar tissue, improve blood flow, nerve function, and muscle stimulation. The state's best non-invasive laser therapy treatments will reduce your pain. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com. Just looking at upcoming construction tonight in Detroit, same spot as last weekend. 94 eastbound will shut down between Gratiot and 696 right there along that service drive. That's going to start at 8 p.m. All lanes will close until 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Shelving.com. Celebrate 60 years with Shelving.com, a Michigan family business offering Detroit-made durable Unirack brand pallet racking. Maximize space at your manufacturing facility, warehouse, school, and home. Order today at Shelving.com. Get a free design consultation and 11% off. That's Shelving.com. We rack your world.
Well, we've been on some roll here. It's been mainly dry. It's been comfortable. The mornings have been very nice, and it continues. A few clouds around this morning, otherwise clear. Good shot of sunshine today, 82. Tonight, clear, 60, 50 suburbs. Saturday, sunshine, 84. And Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 88. From the Weather Channel meteorologist Ray staging on News Talk 760 WJR.
Rush Limbaugh from noon till 3, Monday through Friday. And he stops by to say hi first thing in the morning, like right now at 5:45.
Well, here we go again. Los Angeles Times claims that 75 years ago, American leaders knew they didn't have to drop atomic bombs on Japan to win World War II, but evil America dropped the bombs anyway. Gar Alperovitz and Martin Sherwin, a couple of old leftist historians, say that according to overwhelming evidence, Japan would have surrendered even without being hit by A-bombs, and that President Truman knew it. Now, both of these historians have made their bones slamming America, and here they are ripping the idea that the bombs were necessary to save American lives. But leftist history revisionism does not change the facts. The opposition that our military faced in clearing the outer islands of Japan in World War II was incredibly fierce. U.S. military planners calculated that an invasion of Japan could cost upward of 1 million American military lives. We had the bomb and we used it. We saved lives. And after we dropped the first bomb, the Japanese still wouldn't surrender. So you know what we did? We dropped the second one and they finally gave up. See, America, we were attacked by Japan. We went to war. We won. But liberals, never will they stop trying to paint America as the worst force for evil in the world. They hate this country. They hate our history. They think we're the problem in the world when it is they who are.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Well, Miller Lite is celebrating International Beer Day by giving away beer.
Where?
I don't
Oh,
where.
wow.
You didn't miss a
Fast,
beat, Dana.
Dana.
That was the fastest you've ever responded to anything.
Anything.
Biggest holiday of the year, practically upon us. August 7th. Is that today?
Yeah.
Yeah, August 7th.
Yeah.
Your own special way of celebrating the day, but in case you don't have plans settled yet, Miller Lite's got you covered. Somebody wake up Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
According to Travel and Leisure, the company is kind of, sort of giving away free beer in certain cities across the United States. More specifically, they're kind of, sort of giving away free beer. Beers named after countries. I don't know I guess because it's International Beer Day. Go to MillerLite.com.
Okay.
I don't know how else to get this information.
Right.
MillerLite.com. But it seems like Greece, New York, Peru, Kansas. Places like that. Poland, Ohio will be among the dozens where you get free beer because they're international cities. And I'm afraid I'm thinking that Detroit is out.
Probably not.
I can't think of a European country or any country in the world that's named Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
We're not as lucky as, say, Poland, Ohio. Mm-hmm. How about this? So the governor of Ohio, again,
Governor
here we
DeWine.
go again. DeWine is positive for coronavirus, and then he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I mean, you want to talk about people where I'm sure they're extra careful with their testing?
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford, the governor of Ohio. These are not willy-nilly drive through the tent, get your test in 2 days, 3 days, a week, whatever it is. Next day, find out that you do or don't have it. These are people where these tests are hand-delivered and followed all the way to the end. I would presume when you're talking about a football player worth millions of dollars in business, et cetera, and a governor running a state, and they got it wrong for both of them. How many of I've been tested twice and I've been negative each time. Do I have coronavirus?
I think these are the rapid tests, though. These rapid tests are suspect.
But why would they do a rapid test when they know that they're not very accurate?
Well, that's a good question.
And the president also, and the team is the one who also gets those tests. And so are those not reliable? I mean, this is,
I don't know. But this rapid test is an issue. It's a concern.
It is. I would be stunned if they use the rapid test.
You're hearing the
governor
Paul
of Ohio
W. Smith
and a
Show.
quarterback
News
in the
Talk
NFL.
760.
I think
with
they
all the
did.
money.
WJR.
Oh, really?
They did too.
I think they did.
Well, Alyssa
Yeah,
Milano was
rapid
saying the
test?
same thing. Oh,
All right.
yeah.
On this Friday morning, sometimes our our conversation off the air spills into the air, which is just now. We're just saying, how can you have a governor like the governor of Ohio and a quarterback like Matthew Stafford be told after being tested for coronavirus they're positive, they have it, and then a day or two later they say, whoops, you don't really have it? Because all I'm saying is clearly the attention would be massive and really focused on their tests, way more so than our tests.
Mm-hmm.
And they screwed those up. I hate to use the word screwed up. They were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He
Whatever it
definitely took the rapid test.
Okay.
Why would
It's
they?
called an antigen test.
And the antigen test, right.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. I thought the antigen test was to see if you had it already and that you had Or is that something else?
Antibodies.
That's the antibody test. There may be too many tests.
So it says right
People
here,
want
it
to know if
says
they have it.
he received an antigen test, which allows for results in minutes, not days, but has been shown to be less accurate.
Right. We all know that. They should know that. Why would they use a test that isn't a 100% accurate test on any of these people? I mean, it should be for all of us, but certainly when you're talking about a governor or you're talking about somebody in the NFL of great note, when they have believe me, they've got a machine set up for testing. They were testing football players. I may be exaggerating, but every day. I mean, there's.
But what's the least amount of time that you could get the other test, the more reliable test back? How many hours do you have to wait?
The least reliable or the most reliable?
The most reliable. Like, what's the least amount of time that you can get the most reliable back?
I'm sure that I haven't had the rapid test. I had I mean, as far as I know, I didn't, but in a couple days, I get the results.
I got mine back within 36 hours.
That's fast.
I had a couple days. It was 2-3 days, I think.
Somebody said, you haven't been tested.
No, I know, right? I'm sure.
The first test, somebody there in the little lineup at the tent said, well, you could get it by dinner time, which I thought, because then some of the family members saying, well, we could get it right now. Did we get it? And I go, I don't think we're going to get it by dinner time. And in fact, we got it the next morning, which was very fast, very fast, I thought. Anyway, that beautiful bride that we've now seen the video, she's got her what a beautiful wedding dress and all of that. The camera's kind of coming down. And then the explosion happens in Beirut. And she is like blown over and all of that. She's from Troy. Did you know?
Yes, she's a doctor.
She's from Troy, a doctor from Troy who's been trying to get her fiance into the United States and could not. So for 3 years they've been trying this. So she finally went there 2 or 3 weeks ago to go there and get married to him. What are the odds? She gets blown over like that. She runs and looks for her fiance, making sure he's okay. Then she goes out and is a doctor to all the people that were hurt there.
Then she ran out to help people who were injured. It was an amazing story.
But she was a doctor and ran out there to help the people. So she was in the wrong place at the right time and in the right place at the wrong time, because she then was there to help out. Hey, I just got a
that's
text
really
here.
interesting.
Now, Brian says it took him 2 weeks to get his results.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's all over the
And
place.
I'm like, am I the only one who doesn't want a poke up the nose? Like, I mean,
It's
only
not
one.
that bad, Dayna.
Dr.
It's not
Sumit
that bad.
Singla,
Okay.
this fabulous doctor we had on yesterday. He doesn't know this, but we're going to replay his interview. What, at 6:15? Did you say, Ann? What time?
Yes, 6:18.
6:18. Dr. Sumit Singla, Director of Endoscopic Services, Henry Ford Health System. He's listening this morning. Doctor, we're going to replay your interview, so wake up the family at about 6:18. But the Dr. Singla knows this sort of stuff, says your COVID testing results were super reliable and available within 6 hours. Great show, Paul.
6 hours.
So isn't that interesting?
That's
good.
very
It
interesting.
just may take time. You know, they're letting a whole bunch of people know. So it maybe the time is in the effort of letting people know their results when you think about it.
Yeah.
So super reliable tests that can be told the results within 6 hours.
Well, Alyssa Milano said the same thing. Again, someone who would have money and means to get a proper test. She said she's been sick, got 2 tests. They both said negative, but then she had antibodies. So she was.
I mean, she had it before.
Right.
And that whole
again,
antibody test
confusing,
too
very
is
confusing.
people don't know how long the antibodies last. They could be a few days, a few weeks, or whatever. Apparently, they're not lasting forever, and apparently, they're not offering the immunity that people were hoping for. saying, well, I had it, I can't get it again. It's like me with parking tickets.
Right.
Come back to the meter. There's a ticket on my windshield. And I go, oh, for God's sakes. And then in the old days, I would take the ticket and go, oh, for God, and put it in the car. But now I say, well, I'll leave the ticket
Leave
there. I won't get another ticket. And then I come back and there's two tickets. Then there's two tickets. Yeah. It's like, are you kidding me? So,
really?
Yeah,
You can get 2 tickets?
It's happened.
To you.
We are getting reports of people who have had COVID 2 times. I've seen.
Okay.
I reported on that last week.
That's,
so
I heard that. Yeah,
that's now a new phenomenon that there's a group of people who, and it's sometimes it comes.
I think they're overachievers.
Definitely.
Oh, you had COVID? I had it twice.
And Marie, are they getting really sick each time?
The cases that I read about that we reported on showed that they were sicker the second time than they were the first time, which is not what any of us want to hear, right? Yeah, I know.
Hey, Brian?
Brian?
Brian, weighed in. So Bill Cox is saying it's all about the money, not accuracy, apparently, one of our listeners, viewers here. But I don't remember giving a credit card or anything when I had my test. Did anybody?
I don't think you did.
Mine was covered by insurance.
Insurance, yeah.
Because we have to register and they get all this information from us. They probably get it right from the insurance. And we don't even know.
Same.
I haven't seen. All right. It is 5:57 on this Friday morning on WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez.
The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's check it. Our WJR traffic and weather first. Miss Dayna Clark.
Just looking at construction this weekend, Paul W. Same spot as last weekend. 94 eastbound between Gratiot and 696. 8 p.m. tonight. All lanes will shut down until 5 a.m. on Monday. That's in Detroit. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Starline Mackinac Island Ferry. Hightail it to Mackinac Island on a Starline Hydrojet or Catamaran ferry, and now a new pirate ship, the Good Fortune. Starline offers the largest open-air boats disinfected before every trip, with fares starting at $19. Get discount tickets and vacation packages at MackinacFerry.com. That's MackinacFerry.com. Oh boy, we are in for a great weekend ahead. Starting off today, sunshine, lots of it, no rain, low humidity, a high of 81 degrees. Hopefully you had a chance to get out and enjoy yesterday. Today, even better. Tonight, clear skies, low 60. Saturday, sunshine once again, no rain, and a high of 83. And then on Sunday, even warmer, mostly sunny and a high of 87. Clear sky, 60 degrees. I'm Dayna Clark, WJR News with Marie Osborne in about 1 minute.
So an interesting story with Governor DeWine. He was actually interested. He really wanted to be with the president because he wanted to talk to him about testing.
Oh, that's funny.
Right.
And so he gets tested. He's told, because everyone has to get tested who's going to get close to the president. Right. He's told he's positive for coronavirus. He has to go back home. He misses his conversation with the president face to face, which is always more effective than a message. And then the president comes and goes, and then they say, oh, by the way, you don't really have it.
Oh.
And he missed that opportunity.
I know.
I really don't get it. I don't understand how that's happening.
Kathy says she had to pay a $40 copay.
Well, we may get paperwork in the mail like we do after going to the doctor. We may get paperwork telling us we need to do something like that. I just haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah.
I think it probably depends on your insurance company too. What they're doing, because I believe that
our insurance, Joe's Insurance and Dry Cleaning. I think that
Joe's.
If Joe's Insurance and Dry Cleaning doesn't cover it, nobody will.
Well, and then what happens when you don't have insurance? That's supposed to be covered, right?
Yes,
You're supposed to be able to get a test.
You're supposed to be able to get a test, right? But I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, so mine was covered. They took care of all of that.
Lucky.
Yes.
It was a gold standard in Monroe when I was growing up, and my dad was in the insurance business. But Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan was the gold standard, and it still is.
And they've really stepped up during coronavirus. I mean, they cover all kinds of things with regard to coronavirus.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
That's good.
It's amazing, actually.
Nice job.
Well, we pay. You pay for it, so.
Yes, and they
you have Blue Cross?
Yes, through Trevor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I've done a little research on Anheuser-Busch.
Okay.
They are headquartered in St. Louis, but they are merged with a bigger company called InBev out of Belgium. Does that sound right?
That's exactly what I remember hearing. Yep. That they were definitely owned by a bigger international company located elsewhere. And if you're going to be a beer, Belgium is a good place to say you're from, because they have some of the best
beer.
beers.
What's that low carb beer that you like?
I found it.
It's Gold something.
Gold.
Kim, what is that beer?
Michelob Ultra.
Michelob Ultra Gold.
Oh,
Michelob Ultra Gold.
Is it good? Is it really good?
There's a Michelob Ultra, then there's a Michelob Ultra Gold. And it has the lowest carbs and the lowest calories of the whole, at least of the Michelob line. And the question was, is it good?
Yes.
I am not a beer connoisseur. I would defer to Barrister Battersby. Does he still drink? I know he switched over to red wine, but does he drink beer still?
If he does, he just won.
Okay. So maybe now, after all these healthy things we've learned about
might have to switch over.
We might have more than one beer, of which he will kiss me on the lips.
He might.
When lips are available again.
That's a fact.
Because I know he likes beer, and I understand switching to red wine, how healthful that is. But anyway, I think it tastes good, but I'm not a beer guy so much. I've been a Scotch guy. I've been a vodka guy, a tequila guy, a red wine guy. I don't drink all of that, but those are the things but this beer is the first. There was a beer called it was from like Czechoslovakia or Belgium, and it was called Budweiser, not to be confused with Budweiser, but Budweiser. And in fact, there was a lawsuit. And look at this. This is the beauty of doing the show from home.
It is.
Not that Kim just ran and got this.
It's good.
It is. Really good. I think it's very good.
Pretty bottle.
I think it's very refreshing. But real beer drinkers might think it's watery, like they used to think Coors was. Yeah, it's Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Organic Light Lager with 2.5 carbs and 85 calories.
Wow.
And it is, by the way, from Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, by way of Belgium. Organic light lager beer. Yeah, I like it very, very much. I think it's great. Very refreshing. But again, a beer connoisseurs might say it's like water.
Watery.
I don't know. Anyway.
So did you get the request from Ward Manuel? Season ticket holders are being asked to donate to Michigan.
Yeah.
Did you get a letter?
I did. I got that letter. We can do one of three things. We can ask for a refund, which they hope we don't. I don't blame them. Denise Wells says she likes gold. It's on the keto diet. That beer.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. You can either get a refund. That's third on the list. You can donate the money to the athletic department, and you get some extra points for the seating fee that we pay or something. Let's see what else.
What's the average cost of a season tickets for the year?
They're with the seating license or whatever they call that thing that we pay. That's separate, and all colleges are doing that now. I know Ohio State does it. I assume Michigan State. I'm not sure, but it's pricey. You're into a couple $1,000. Here's what bothers me. I mean, I hate to air my dirty laundry. But
bring it out.
I gave a rather substantial amount of money. For me, it was a huge, substantial amount of money, but I gave a donation to my University of Michigan and have never heard a word. Never got a letter, got a letter that said, thank you so much for, they usually send you a letter when you make donations of any size that says, thank you, we've received it.
Of course, right.
So I've never received it. I don't know who to go to or whatever. I went through that Schwab charitable account.
Maybe
and when I went to list to find Michigan, I couldn't find Michigan. I found 100 Michigan State areas to donate to the science department, to this, to that. Couldn't find Michigan. Got on the phone. Finally, got somebody to tell me that the only thing they found there was University of Michigan Regents. So I said, "Oh, all right. Well, let's make the donation to the University of Michigan Regents for that to go through and see what the story is." I've never heard back from anybody.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760 WJR.
It's Friday!
Yay!
Oh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It is Friday, August 7th, the 220th day of 2020. There are 146 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift, and it's a gift to wake up with you and the team. Marie Osborne just handled the news duties for us. Thank you, Riri. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Dayna Clark with traffic, weather today, movies that you can watch at home, maybe a restaurant. Who knows what she'll throw in, and a thought or two, an opinion.
Heyo,
Dayna Clark. It's not Friday's Eve. It's not Hump Day. It's the actual Friday. The Friday again.
Yeah.
For heading into the weekend, which I don't know.
It's going to be a great weekend too.
And that's all good news. Brian Morton is the only guy in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, and everything seems to work just fine. He runs the controls. And he's wearing a hazmat suit, and everything's fine, we hope. My Kim Smith is here by my side helping in our home office. All of us are in our home offices or areas of our house that we didn't know several months ago were actually a home office, but now are. And we appreciate that. And our executive producer overseeing everything is Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Ann. I'm just taking a quick gander here at people who are watching us online, on social media, any number of ways, and weighing in. And is it just me, or is the list longer than ever today? It's just
a lot of people are up early.
Or Clay Jerky has just weighed in so many times.
Clay.
That he's run the number.
The list is long today. People are up early. It's Friday. It's going to be a beautiful weekend.
It's going to be gorgeous. Denise is checking in from North Carolina.
Hello, Denise.
Hello, Denise.
Morning, Denise.
How's the nephew?
On her way back to Michigan, she said.
Oh, good for her.
So may I go on record about something?
It depends on what it is.
I noticed that last night the Cadillac Lyric EV was introduced.
Yeah.
And it is a beautiful car.
Isn't it? I have to look it up.
Is it?
It was a beautiful car. Do you think it'll really be built?
Yes.
You do.
That would be cool. In the old days, they used to come up with all these fabulous futuristic cars and never really built them.
Cars, right?
But the last few years, they've said, well, it's pretty expensive to build this model and then never really follow up on it. So they generally have been building those cars. What do they call them? They call them not
concept cars.
Concept yeah, that's it, concept cars.
Yeah.
And they usually build them. So the Lyric should be built, and the first 100 people who take the drug Lyrica will get a 10%. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm making this up.
This is Cadillac's first battery-powered SUV.
Okay.
The sticker price is estimated to be $70,000.
$70,000, which is a lot of potatoes.
It's a lot of potatoes. It looks like a James Bond car.
It's beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Does it?
I hope they
really
build
pretty.
it, and I hope we all get raises so we can buy one.
Where are they going to build it? Do we know?
Mary Barra's backyard, and built one by one, I think. But speaking of wealth and money, Rocket Company's long-awaited initial public offering happened yesterday, and a lot of people did well because it went up. But Dan Gilbert, the founder of, the originator in loan terms, the originator of Rocket Mortgage, Quicken Loans, just gained enough money for them to now say that his net worth is at $34 billion, making him on that list of world's wealthiest individuals. And he lives right here, and he loves Detroit and us, and he invests in Detroit and us, and it looks like he will continue to do so with just a little more money in his pocket.
Wow.
God bless him.
Good for him.
The American dream. It wasn't 100 years ago that his company started. It was not that long ago, and he built it from basically scratch to being worth this kind of money, as now Rocket Mortgage is valued at $40 billion, more than the Bank of New York Mellon Corporation, more than Ford Motor Company. So, and he still owns like 73% of the firm. So that's astonishingly
How's he doing? Have you talked to him lately, Dom?
No, I have not. I used to talk to him rather often, or at least text. But I don't know if I still have the right cell phone number or not.
Don't call him. Don't call him. You know what happens.
Don't call him?
Nope.
What does this mean? Why?
You know what happens when you call people. What happens?
That's not true. Mostly. They only have to be scheduled to be on the show, and then boom, they drop like flies. Is Clara Pella there? Jim Henson.
Oh, don't go through the list.
At least, what's his name made it on the show in Philadelphia, then went home and dropped dead. Wolfman Jack. The next day, walking up his driveway. It was terrible.
You called Regis. Look what happened.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Don't call him.
I'll be calling you this weekend.
I won't be home.
Phantom of the Opera.
Dayna, are you superstitious?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. And you've never been tested for COVID?
No. I don't feel I have a reason to be tested for some reason. Like if I had symptoms, if I was around someone who had COVID or even questionable, I definitely would go. But I am the biggest chicken I don't want a flu shot. I don't want to give blood. Anything that has to do with making me uncomfortable. I don't want to do it. Forget about it. Unless I had to. So I feel really like a loser now that almost everybody that I know has been tested. And I'm like, well, okay. Well, no, but I'm fine. I don't know. No, I don't have it.
You're careful.
We don't have
you
it.
and Trevor are very careful.
Yeah, we're careful.
I saw your anniversary picture on Instagram.
Oh, we had a great day.
You were kissing and you both had masks on. So it was really...
I just feel other people probably need to test more than I do.
Not only National Beer Day, it's National Raspberries and Cream Day. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty doggone good. 6:13 Friday morning, WJR.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If finding a high-impact hire is a serious goal for your business, use Indeed. Their flexible payment options mean better bang for your buck with no long-term contracts. Indeed will even give you a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post at Indeed.com/high-impact. Terms and conditions apply.
An interview that could save your life, and I'm not exaggerating, with Dr. Sumit Singla, Director of Endoscopic Services, Henry Ford Health System. We're going to have that conversation coming up again here at 6:18. But right now, the conversation is all about helping you in other ways with our WJR traffic and weather first, and Dayna Clark.
And right now, looking good out there, Paul W. Accident free, no delays. Let's talk about this weekend construction again in Detroit along 94 eastbound between Gratiot and 696 starting tonight, 8 p.m. All lanes are scheduled to close until 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel.
Going to continue on this beautiful roll, but with high pressure going east and southeast of us. Warmer weather on the way. Few clouds, otherwise clear this morning. Mostly sunny this afternoon, high 82. Tonight, clear in town, about 60. Suburbs cooler. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine and more seasonable, 84. Sunday, mostly sunny into the upper 80s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick on News Talk 760 WJR.
All righty. Let's call it 6:15 now. That's what we'll call it because that's what the clock actually says, and the clock is extreme.